in individual countries, it's a European problem. Thank you. Thank you.
The floor goes to Mrs. Dalli.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to start with something I heard here. Madame Rivasi also referred to it. The Mediterranean is asymmetry. And yes, it is becoming asymmetry. And for me, coming from Malta, it is something, honestly, which is really painful, because the island I've been brought up in is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea, which I am seeing every day becoming a symmetry for a number of people, and it is also becoming a symmetry for a number of hopes, because these people who flee the country, when they have a reason why to flee and they want really and honestly to find a better future, they are finding their hopes literally trashed in the Mediterranean Sea. And mind you, I'm coming from Malta. It's a very small country. It's one of the countries which I will say is the point of entry to these irregular immigrants. Irregular immigrants who are the victims of illegal immigration, mind you, because we are referring to irregular immigrants, but really and truly we are speaking about illegal immigration. People who are part of organised crime, who are using these victims, I would say, these vulnerable people, to make money. And most of the time they don't even give them the boats which can literally help them arrive to the point they want to arrive to. And that is a point which I would like to get across, because people who are even in a small country like Malta, in Lampedusa, in Greece, in Italy, they feel the pressure, and many times they feel that the European Union is leaving them alone to address this issue. It might not be the case, but people in our back home, they feel that are being left alone. And I think, as a European Union, as members of Parliament, we need to address this concern as well. Because if we do not address this concern, we will have more racist comments, we will have more people who will be coming and vent out certain frustration against this issue. And it is a European issue, because the point of entry might be the Mediterranean countries, but we need to admit that this is a European issue, and it is not an issue for one country or for just another country or for the southern European countries alone. And let's not forget, because we are speaking about Lampedusa today, but let's not forget, just a few weeks ago we had more tragedies in the Mediterranean Sea. And if we do not act fast, we will have even more tragedies in the Mediterranean Sea of people who are fleeing their countries and who end up their voyage, their trip in the Mediterranean Sea. And it was heartening today to hear that the Task Force Mediterranean is moving, but let's admit it's moving really slow, and we need, if it's moving, we need to communicate the achievements that Task Force Mediterranean is doing, because I, for one, wasn't aware of the progress that Task Force Mediterranean is doing in all aspects. So I think we need also to communicate the progress that is being made. We have heard today that we are addressing smuggling. Fine. When we had Dr. Wieser in the PETI, in the LIBA committee, he was speaking about EASO. He was speaking also about the fact that we are addressing organised crime. I would like to know how we are doing this, because it has to be a long-term solution and not something that we speak about only after a tragedy occurs. So we really need to focus on long-term solutions. We are speaking about Frontex. Unfortunately, Frontex was not providing the real solution. Now we have Frontex Plus under the name of Triton. We are hearing that it will start from 1st November. Fine, but information is really scant about Triton. We still do not know which countries are participating, what assets are going to be invested in Triton, what financial investment is going to be in Triton, and we need to know this information. We had the Commissioner designate hearing a few days ago, and he was saying that Triton will not only be a border control, but it will be also a rescue mission operation. But this is a thing which will happen long term. So we need, my only appeal is, we need solutions fast. We need to sit down together and come up with solutions so that even people back home would know that we are treating this as a European issue, not simply dumping the issue on one country or the countries that happen to be in the Mediterranean, so that people will know it's not only lip service, but that we are really doing something about it. Thank you.